Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. So here are the Broncos backed up to start their initial drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Check 9, check 9. Yellow. Watch this. Easy. Move.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And shedding through the tackle. Still on his feet. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Yellow.
Check your hot read.
On first down, Mahomes buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch the screen.
Throwing now is Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. First and 10 at the 19.
Rush in.
49, check 49.
Quick the edge. Come. Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check safety.
Check 13. Check 13.
Switch.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Here we go. Hatchet. Watch the safety creep. 11 flat.
Hey, 43, 15.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal?
What you got?
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And his kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This will be taken short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw, Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Mahomes firing complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the catch made by Walters.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Check 50. Check 50.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they come up now second and goal. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they come up now second and goal. Five wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. From the 2 now, second and goal. Mahomes now to throw, sliding out of the pocket. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tommy Sweeney, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so, because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go, buddy.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. The punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The end result, 21 yards.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And
there he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
They find some open field here. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure they thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set them up with golden field position.
Take 4, take 4.
Hey, color.
Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
We got this.
And coming out now, the Broncos. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Mayfield off the play fake. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action. Mayfield. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Let's go, baby.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Mahomes will try again on second down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Heading back out, Baker Mayfield, as we call up our players. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On first and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Strip that ball. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, yo, go gun. He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease. And
he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Joker. Whip. Watch the whip.
Gonna give this time to the tailback.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Coming this way. Here we go.
Switch.
15. Attack.
Check it back.
Motion.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll buy some time right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Back. You go tight. You got tight.
They'll try to run this one in. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Complete. It's Johnson. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He's got his tight end fan. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
3 bud.
We're back now in KC. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. They don't know if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he finds his man, that's Sweeney. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So the Broncos coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mayfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Mayfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Give them 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a handoff looking right. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
You got nothing.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And he's got his man on the out route. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Mayfield on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Working out of the gun, Mayfield under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There in coverage to knock it away, Marquise Blair. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Kansas City, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.